I have picked up cycling a bit more now that I've been, or now that I returned from Germany, from my CCSVI, and I've been going up in my speed. It has gone from, I think the worst was 13 kilometers an hour, because I started when I was cycling regularly when I was ill. I got up to 20 kilometers an hour, which is a drop from when I was healthy, but still it's not a complete embarrassment. But now that I started again, I was at 13 kilometers an hour, and I was horrible at it. But what do you call it? I have now increased my speed. I'm not still tremendously fast, but we're approaching 17 kilometers an hour. But what I wanted to make this video about is this one here. I don't know if it would focus on it, but if you can see the comparison between the fingers. And I was riding behind a bus stop, and a guy, the road is going one direction, the walkway is going one direction, and the bus stop was there, and he just came diagonally across the road, and I got on my brakes, but there's nothing to be done. We crashed. Again, the same thing that happened to me when I was going to Sanoma after Barna. I fell off the bike, and a similar thing happened to me. This is weird. Nothing really happened to me. My left, or both my calves, they're a bit scraped, but they're fairly all right. And the only visible thing is this finger here, that my pinky is painful. I'm now wondering because this is my shift pinky. So it's something that I use a lot. That's what's going to happen with my work. But anyway, I crashed with this boy, flew off over the handlebars, ended on my back. Same thing happened when I crashed at this, what do you call it, near when I was going to Sanoma, my previous workplace. But yeah, the only thing that caused pain is this. And this was funny, it was normal. I continued it, it wasn't that bad. I continued the whole ride, and came back, and this finger was normal when I came back from that ride, but now yesterday when watching TV and over the night it has swollen up. It's throbbing, it's kind of painful. But let's see, I don't want to go to the doctor for this, but maybe if it doesn't go down in a day or two, then I'll go visit the doctor. But cycling problems. Glad to report that the finger, maybe it's a bit swollen still, but it's not so sore anymore. So things are moving along quite nicely. This one is also. And yeah, initial or the primary purpose of making this video is that I have sad news. We're going to the sad news is that my grandmother passed away, and we're going to her funeral next weekend. And the title of the video, I never decided the title beforehand, but now I did. And the title of the video is I'm going to be planting an oak tree. And I purchased an oak tree, and at the moment upstairs I have the oak tree or the seeds, I don't know, is it acorns? I have them in water, and then I have this. It's basically, I can't remember the company name, but it's a company that you can buy different kind of trees and stuff like that. But you just get the seed in some kind of a pot to grow the thing in. So you start it off, and then after 6 months, I think you move it outside, and then you kind of progress with it. So yeah, it's going to be, or at least you move it into a bigger pot, and then you move along. But yeah, I think I made a video last summer about my grandmother having a hip replacement, and in that video I said that it is typically within 1 year, and that people then pass away, which is exactly what has happened. And then we have these stupid China virus restrictions, and I don't know how the funeral's going to go, because apparently you can only have 6 people in the funeral home, or wherever the minister is going to say her last words to her. And she has 5 grandchildren from my mother's side, and 4 grandchildren from her my uncle's side. So, and then they have kids, and I don't even know how many grandkids she has, because on our side it's not 15, 16, I can't remember. My uncle's side there's even more, or not more than us, but you know, it adds up. And because of this completely unrealistic numbers that China virus has caused, they're not letting people into the thing, and it's completely ridiculous. And unfortunately, there are certain people who are attending this funeral that take or are afraid of what might happen from the China virus, and they're taking it extremely seriously, which, you know, given their position in the family, then I'm not gonna argue about it, but it's stupid. But anyway, yeah, about the oak tree, we have a tradition, or sorry, not we, my father and I think my mother, they have a tradition that they've planted trees, one for me, one for my brother, and 3 trees for my sisters, and they've all been of the variety of a birch. And I thought that it's a good idea to plant a tree that is something that will last over generations. And I bought this oak, and the funny thing is, I just bought one oak, and I was kind of, in my mental image was that they would send me one, what do you call it, that had already sprouted a bit, and then I would deal with that one. But no, it was it was 4 acorns that I now have I'm soaking in water, and after which I'll put them in this. They send ground earth and a cardboard box to put these in, and then after they're sprouted in the cardboard box, then you're supposed to move them into a bigger pot. And I'm thinking that maybe over the winter I'll have them here, and then come next summer, then I could go and take them down to our summer cottage, because all the trees for us are there, and then we could have, and then when maybe it could be a tradition, just plant trees for people who pass away or that have been alive. We're still alive, and we've got trees planted, and it was something that I thought was a beautiful idea. But anyway, that's coming next Sunday. Let's see how that goes. Oh yeah, the wife, she is again working for the Finnish newspaper Seura, or magazine Seura, and she's stoked about working there. So I'll kind of try and end this video. I'm now trying to pick up cycling. I came from a thing, and I haven't got above that reported 17 kilometers an hour, and slowly but surely I'm being, how do I say, being convinced that yes, I am ill, and I'm not gonna but there is certain deterioration going on. It's not that fast, and I feel kind of good, but then especially in physical activities like this, I feel it. And maybe it was because of this COVID lockdown, but you never know. Finger is healed quite nicely. Don't know if I come closer, will it focus? There. It's not that bad anymore, and it's not that sore. But anyway, I today ordered flowers for my grandmother's funeral, and apparently people are collectively agreed on one long stem white rose for everybody. So I don't want to be any different than anybody else. My mother was talking about whether I could wear a kilt, but I don't feel comfortable. I know there's, what do you call it? Yeah, it's not something that I would wear to a funeral. It's too, what do you call it? Is it festive, or it's kind of a joyous thing to wear, and I wanted my hard to be more somber. But yeah, I'll compile this and post this and say that Jesus Christ is King. Amen.
Be moved just like a tree.